What's up, everybody? I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight to the Let's Talk Tuesday First Amendment podcast. I want to introduce myself. I am the announcer, the promoter. Y'all know who I am. It's the Duck. Now, coming to the stage is Dominique and his friend Datisha.
Man, what's good, what's good, what's good, what's great, what ain't good, what's good, everybody? I know it's been a while since y'all seen me. I had to take a break for a hot second, just due to my birthday was last month, Halloween came up, made some changes, did some things, but I'm back. Had to take a break for a couple of weeks, re-energize myself and do some things. But I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing. I don't know how long this video gonna be. I know y'all missed me. I missed y'all too. For those that are new, those that ain't seen me in a while, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dominique. I am the mouth of the South. I'm the voice of the people. This is the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, where we come on every other Thursday, every other Tuesday, and do what we do. We talk about the things that don't nobody else want to talk about. It ain't no subject taboo. That's right, I'm here. I don't know what's going on today. Shit just happening, but we got some shit we gonna talk about. Like I said again, I know y'all miss me. I missed y'all too. I ain't even gonna lie. But again, like I said, some shit to change. I don't know what's going on in the world, but we got some things we're gonna talk about. Now, y'all know I don't do this show alone. I don't do it alone. But I'm gonna bring out my other co-host. She's the one, she been changing too. She been doing some new things. She got a new haircut. She got a new car. She traded in her mom, got a new mom. She got a new push-up bra. But I'm going to bring out my girl, Miss Nikita Boo, a.k.a. Miss Push-Up Bra.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Boo? What you got going on here today?
I just came home eating dinner with a friend, so I'm doing pretty good.
What you had to eat? What you had to eat?
We went to that place where we had our meeting at. What's the name?
The Mexican place?
No, the place outside. It was on the balcony.
It was on the
I can't
balcony?
think of the name. It was off of 60, over there in Brookside.
Brookside. Oh, you talking about the little bar place, Tanner's or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I had the pizza. We talked. So pretty good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I was just telling the people, we've been gone for a while, that we are back. We had to take a vacation. It was my birthday, so I decided to celebrate my 21 years of living on this earth. Yes, 21 years of living. We had to kind of re-energize ourselves, redo some things. Right now, I'm going to be on TikTok for a while. For those that are on TikTok, tap into the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast on Facebook. On my show, that's at Dominique McKinney Eel. I don't know. Y'all know, but I'm going to keep on going back and forth. So what's been going on with you in the world, girl? We've been gone a while. The people done forgot about us.
No, we too hard to forget.
That is so true. We is not too hard to forget.
Nothing, just working, trying to find another job. Trying to find hopefully next year I'll be working with another company. So.
Oh, really? You about to leave your company? You've been there since Jesus left his shoes at the altar.
Listen. But you know what? I'm ill to a fault, but I'm over it. So.
You over it? I feel you.
So, just like I said, been working and cupcaking.
He said, stop by and listen to this. Oh, this is my guy right here. Oh, this. Oh, yo. So we're going to stop the process real quick. This is my guy right here. His name is Sabotorial Tobaccoist. This dude right here, if y'all not on Instagram, I'm going to put his link in the bio right here. Yo, this dude makes cigar smoking so sexy and grown. What I would like him, you know what? I'm going to put him, I'm about to send you an email, my guy right here, man. This dude, let me tell you about this guy right here. This dude is the cleanest brother making hand-rolled cigars. Like I'm telling you, I've been trying to get him on the show for a while now. I am going to send him a link I'm going to tell him right here, man, send me your email right here. Put it in the chat down here below. And I'm going to send you a link. Hopefully he can come on to the show tonight. Yo, this dude is phenomenal. You know, I'm trying to get him. He's super dope. You know, I had an event. What's up, Keisha? I had an event called Cigars and Brims where we are trying to bring the grown and sexy into cigar smoke. We raised money for some kids. I didn't get a chance to film it because of some of the parents did not want their kids on film, you know, and I have to respect their privacy. But we were able to send 46 kids to go get their hair done for our Cigars and Brim event. Hold on. You're on mute.
Did you say 46 or 46?
46.
How the hell did you do that?
46 kids.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah. What I did was I went to the barber college is where I went to. I went to the barber college and I stopped by there and I talked to, hopefully we can get here soon. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. I'm about to send you another email right now in this right here. This dude is freaking awesome, man. I don't care what nobody says. This dude, I'm trying to get this dude to come on to the show. What I mean by he makes grown and sexy and cigar smoke look so good, look, I had to go buy a new Brim. Just because this dude is a beast. And he hand rolls cigars. What I mean by hand roll, if you ain't never had a hand rolled cigar, I don't know what to tell you. Life is not real for you until you had a hand rolled cigar. You know, I'm going to leave his information down here. I'm about to send him a link right now to this stuff. Like the dude is super dope. I'm going to put podcasts in here. Excuse me, y'all. I get excited when people watch my show who I reach out to that I want them to come on and be a blessing to this right here. I'm about to send him an email right now. Just because, look, girl, you might have to change your push-up bra and stuff. That's just all I'm saying. Because the brother be clean. What I mean by he be clean, girl, he be clean.
Okay, I'll just check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I can text you.
yes, yeah. He bring the sexy and the smoking cigars. What I mean by and what I love about him, and he's a young brother. He's really trying to do things with. And he's not bullshit. Like he literally, if you watch him on YouTube, you watch him on Facebook, watch him on Instagram. He's really big on Instagram and stuff. The brother be sharp. He be clean. I'm actually gonna send him a message right now.
Fangirl right now.
Huh?
Said you acting like a fangirl right now.
I am. I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna be a fan. This dude, like I'm a fan of this dude, and this is no BS. I'm a fan of this dude right here. One, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm a fan, because I love seeing young black brothers or young minorities do something, have a career, and then invest in themselves. You know what I'm saying? And he's not trying to do anything other than what he's already doing. Now, he ain't got his thing up here, so I can't technically send him a message. But, yeah, my man is a beast. You know, anybody, y'all know me, I support anybody that's doing a business and all that. He said, look at this here. He said, thank you, brother. You truly made my support means everything to me. I'm going to put all his information. Let me explain a little bit about him. He started his own business, hand rolling cigars. There is very few minorities, especially black-owned men, that are out there hand rolling cigars. Most of it is done by machines. Most of it is done by chemicals and stuff like this. He eliminates all of that. Not only as he's doing it, he's sharp as hell. I'm talking about brim, hat, suit, Stacey Adams, whole 9 yards. The boy is a beast. And I'm going to try to get him to, I'm going to link up with, if I got to go down there and spend my income tax money to get him to come up here to my Cigars and Brim event, we going to make that happen.
Where's he located?
He's located down in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to put them out just a second.
You about to push the cats out? I seen them. Oh, I got it right here. I'm about to put my thing in here. Hopefully I can get him to come on tonight. I found what I was looking for. Yeah, I just sent him a message. Hopefully he get it. Okay. Yes, I'm done being a fan. What I mean by, y'all know I don't get too starstruck about any and everybody. You know what I mean? But I'm starstruck to this dude right here because I appreciate the quality of what he does. You know, hand rolling cigars is an art. You know, this ain't rolling no blunt and, you know, cutting it, licking. Nah, this dude puts the leaves together. He wraps it, he rolls it. And so I'm going to support him. Y'all know I smoke cigars. Y'all know I got my Cigars and Brim event. That's something that we're going to continue to build upon. As far as that, I was going to do something for Christmas, but holidays is here. And, you know, I know people are busy and stuff, so we're not going to do that. He said, I'm listening while I'm on the plane. I can plan. I'm going to put it what he said up here. He said, I'm listening while I'm on the plane and I can plan for the next one. Absolutely, brother. I just sent you my email. I emailed you. Get back in touch with me, man. I truly, again, I am a fan. I appreciate all that you do for the cigar world and the cigar community. We have a huge cigar community up here in Kansas City, and we're going to do what we can to get you up here. I'm going to put all the links to his bio and his description and everything in the bio of this film right here or this video, so as you're watching it, watch it. All right, y'all, we're going to get to what's happening right now. We're talking about the freedom of speech. That's the topic today. Is the freedom of speech, the First Amendment, is it real? Who it affects and who it applies to? Because, you know, that's the basis of our show, is the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday. Now, I'm going to read what the First Amendment is. A lot of people don't know what the First Amendment means. In your own words, Nikita, what is the First Amendment? What do you think it is?
The First Amendment, isn't that where it protects you from the government? It's something where you can say what you want, but you can't be arrested or the government can't come after you for it.
Right.
Isn't that the basis of the protection from the government coming after you for it?
Absolutely. So, with the freedom of, it says, what the First Amendment guarantees the freedoms of concerning religions, expression, assembly, and the right to petition. It forbids Congress from both promoting one religion over the other and also restricting individuals from religious practices. It also says the assembly and the right to petition the government regardless of grievances. Basically, this allows you as an American citizen to say and do what you want. And nobody can say anything about it.
Well, as far as the government can't say anything about it, but as far as there are consequences from other organizations, but, you know, as far as the government can't say anything about it. Like,
right, this is.
But you can still lose your job and money.
Right, because those are private entities.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the assembly of the government, law enforcement authorities. You know, anybody that has a civil or law or state federal authority, law enforcement officers and things like that, they cannot stop you from saying what you want to say as an American citizen.
But you know,
right. The fine reason. The reason why I'm bringing it up, because we all saw in the news about Kanye West. Okay? Now, I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to give your opinion real quickly. For the people that's on TikTok, thank you for tuning in to the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast. If you want to join the podcast, please hit me up on Facebook at Dominique McKinney Eel. The link is in the description. You can also catch me on YouTube or Dominique McKinney as well. You can catch my Facebook fan page at the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, just like it's spelled out. If you want to join in on TikTok, please let me know. We're going to make all this happen. Okay. That's a word from our sponsors. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you. I'll tell you what Kanye West did. He basically said that he has the right and he can say anything anti-Semitic, which is meaning anything against Jewish people,
That's all.
and Adidas can't do nothing about it. So give me your impression of what he said and how this relates to freedom of speech, and give me your understanding about that.
In general, I think Kanye learned the lesson. At the end of the day, like he's remember his songs. He was like, "You just still a nigga in the coop." Like at the end of the day, he realized that as much money as you have and as powerful as you think you have, there's people that are more powerful. And what you don't realize is that there are some people that have been generations that have power. And you can say, like you said, you can say anti-Semitic, but you don't realize a lot of people who have that power that can make one phone call, a lot of them are Jewish. So I don't understand why he said it, because it's like with Kanye, some of the things he said make sense, but the bigger picture is like we can't really take this serious because one minute you up, one minute you down. But the whole thing he said was, because he said it twice. He was like, I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas won't fire me. And he leaned in here and said it again. So I'm just like, nigga, what are you doing? Like you really testing. You realize that people who are powerful, that's people who run the government. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really think you're gonna stand up against them. So when it comes to Kanye, I have no sympathy. I really don't give a fuck. There are things said that makes sense. Overall, I don't care because it's like you gotta realize the more money you make, more you're gonna be shit behind the scenes. You're gonna want to stand up and say something about. But you gotta realize a lot of that you gotta shut up because if you want to keep making this money, you either go along with it or you leave. You see, like some people they get in, they start making small changes, but they still get their billionaire status. So to me, I don't really give a fuck about Kanye. I wish him the best. I'm over it. I wish he pick a topic. I think once Kanye puts his mind on something, he can get it done. But he's so all over the place. That's just all over the place. What he did, like I said, is just. I was like, oops, that's your fault. I know. It's one more thing I'm saying is everybody keeps calling this man a genius. But if you're such a genius, you didn't realize that what you were saying is you're gonna lose some money. You know what I'm saying? So if he's such a genius and he wants to out these people, which I think he's trying to do, you should have put out in your head, I say this, I'm going to lose a lot of money. So let me make sure I push stuff aside. But if I lose it all, lose the contract, I'm going to be fine. But now he's like, well, I didn't know. I thought you was a genius, dumbass. You know, when it comes to women, you can say what you want. But at the end of the day, like there's people who are more powerful than anything. You can say it, but watch them plug.
Now, okay, couple of things. I am no far a Kanye West fan. I do not. I think when he first came out, I was really digging some of his music. You know, I wouldn't call him a genius. I wouldn't even call him the greatest rapper. I just think that he got placed in some situations with some other great people, and he was along for the ride. You know, I think what made his sneakers so popular was the fact that it came at the right time against Nike, because everybody know Nike is the giant. They are the gods when it comes to sneakers and partnerships. You know, from partnering with LeBron James, Jordans, you know, whole 9 yards. And he went against the grain. And because of him being a rapper, he was at the right time, the right place, and it blew up. Now, one thing I know about rich people, and I've met a few in my time, once you reach a certain level of richness or having money, the value of the dollar does not matter to you no more. Because, and I heard a guy say this, he said if a rich person goes bankrupt or loses money, they can get rich again because they know the recipe. They know the ins and outs to move to get back to that status. As many times as Donald Trump that went bankrupt, he ain't never really lost no money. He knew where to go borrow money and to make himself rich again. I think when Kanye West said what he said, he already knew what the consequence was. Because even though he's not a billionaire no more, he's still richer than fuck. You know, he's still worth almost $500 million with record sales, properties and things like that. You know, so for him, the value of the dollar is not the same as you and me. Because if you give you and me $1 million, we're going to kill somebody over that million. We ain't even going to tell y'all we got the million. We still going to go to work and play with the cats and drink Mountain Dew like everybody else. You know, just when I go on my vacation, I'm going to be butt naked on the beach somewhere on my private beach. You know what I'm saying? The value of the dollar does not affect him that way. So he didn't give a crap. Then on top of that, the people who he was speaking for, the Donald Trumps, the racist white people, the Karens, the White Lives Matters, they're still going to take care of him. Because he did exactly what they wanted him to do. He's the front face of Make America Great. All these rich white people and stuff that don't like us, poor black folk or minorities and stuff, they're still paying for his speaking engagements. They're still going to make sure he's taken care of because he crossed that line and put himself out there for them. They're going to take care of him. So again, he's not broke by far. I think he knew damn well what he was saying. Now, I don't agree with it. Now, here's my other side of the spectrum. He has the right to say what he want to say. Just that simple. Because he's an American citizen, he has the right to say what he want to say. None, the government or nobody in law enforcement, state or federal, can stop what he's saying. Now, where the controversy comes in at is because, yes, these companies pulled the plug out from under him. Now, where I have a problem is why is it that if we speak against Jewish people, and I don't have nothing against Jews, but I'm taking the scenario as it presents itself, because the same thing happened to Kyrie Irving. You know, if you speak your mind against a certain group of people, you're automatically ostracized. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have nothing against Jews. Let's get that far. I feel for the people going through the concentration camps. All that happened to their people. You know, my heart goes out to them. And I know my grandmother worked for some Jewish families for 40 plus years, and they always took care of her. Bought her house, paid off her house. Nothing against them. But it's like when you, and the reason being is because they're in a position of power. They are the only group of people that own their own. They have their own hospitals. They have their own police department. They have their own corporations. But let's just say, what about black people? You know what I'm saying? We suffered 400 years of slavery as well. Do you remember when the whole Asian, the murders of the Asian people came about? Again, nothing against Asians. I'm on the same side. It was wrong what happened. But they hurried up and put a law into effect to counteract that. But the moment our people say Black Lives Matters, we're told to shut up and say all lives matter. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think he was wrong for speaking his mind. I don't think he's wrong for voicing his opinion. But why is it that it takes for him to talk about a certain group of people in order for, now all of a sudden he's ostracized? Nobody said nothing about when George Floyd died, Ahmaud Arbery. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no laws or nothing put in place. You don't see Benjamin Crump out there fighting to get no change laws. He out there to collect a check. You know, it's the same thing with Kyrie Irving. He made a statement some years ago, same scenario, about this anti-Semitic thing. Now they're about to ruin his whole career. Same thing with Colin Kaepernick. This is supposed to be, what did they teach us when we were kids? The home of the brave, the land of the free, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is America. We're supposed to be equal under the eyesight of the law and government. But Colin Kaepernick chose not to to stand. And I love how they brought out the wounded veterans and stuff just to have sympathy. Wasn't empathy, but sympathy, and try to destroy this whole man's career because
Can't hear you.
all right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. My cord came out. But Colin Kaepernick has the right as an American citizen to make his own decisions because he chose not to stand for a flag. He felt like that flag did not represent him, and it doesn't. So he chose not to stand, and because it wasn't what was right in the eyesight of those in the power to be, he was ostracized. You know what I'm saying? So again, my question is, we're talking about the freedom of speech. Let's ask the first question. Do you believe that the First Amendment is a real thing?
Not for everybody. Because the sad part about it is no matter how. I love how black people will still continue to fight, but we still have an uphill battle. Because, like I said, certain people can come out and say anti-Semitic things, and they won't get in trouble. Because, like, they just showed a video, I can't remember the name of the comedian, where she was wearing blackface and she was being racist, and nobody said shit.
Nobody said, they just said that about Halloween. I seen a thing about some kids in Walmart wearing some striped clothes to look like slaves, painted their face black, and was going around as Halloween costumes. And when a white lady tried to check them, right, they got smart. She was like, do you think this is cool? Y'all going to school? They was like, well, we drop out anyway. We don't give a fuck.
The only thing they keep, like at the end of the day, the world is fucked up. For some reason, black people, we get it to work. You know what I'm saying? You went to Africa and you brought us back. You brought us here to do your dirty. You brought us here, and we spent over 400 years basically building this country. But at the end of the day, now but because of our skin, you brought us over here to work. You didn't want to treat us as human, and you still don't because of the color of our skin. People have so much hate because of the. I didn't ask to be born this way, but you have so much hate that even when people are here literally saying, "Stop killing us," we want you to stop. We're just asking for the bare minimum, but because of the color of our skin, we're told to shut the fuck up. And there are some people say, you know what, people have lost their lives. Some people who are still fighting and say, listen, you said the First Amendment is supposed to be for everybody. We know it's not true for everybody, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to fight. But yeah, I believe in it, but I don't believe it's for everybody. And there are some people in some organizations, some religions that they have power. They was even talking about the midterm and stuff like that. They have this black money. Who they're pretty much putting people where they want to be. They're literally saying we're going to do what the fuck we want to do in our face. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the First Amendment is for it's supposed to be for everybody, but it's not. But what keeps going is knowing that everybody's going to have to answer for what you do. No matter how powerful you are on earth, you're going to stand in front of God. This is just my belief. I don't go against anybody else. But in my belief, you're going to answer for what you've done. So no matter how powerful you are, you're going to answer for that. So y'all keep doing the bullshit you're doing. You're going to answer for that. Hell is hot. So that's something you say, like, I know I'm going to have to answer. I might be putting time out. But
going to the store.
I know when I go to heaven, I'm going to be putting against the wall. Like, just face the wall for a little bit.
Listen, no, because you nasty. You cannot bend over. Talk about, Lord, just take it out on me, Lord. Now, anyway, we're not going to go there.
I'm just, at the end of the day, I don't know what it is about us and black our skin. People hate. You hate us so much, but you also love to emulate us. You know what I'm saying?
I believe I have an answer for that. Let me pay some bills real quick. You're watching the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, where we're here every other Tuesday or whenever the hell we feel like it. You are watching the First Amendment Tuesday podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me at Dominique McKinney Ill. I'm also on Snapchat at Dominique29. If you want to be a blessing to the show or anything about it, hit us up at Deco42. I am on TikTok live right now at Dominique41. I'm also on IG at Dominique9. We are also, if you want to email us, you got any opinions about the show and stuff, hit us up at the First Amendment Podcast at gmail.com. Also, if you want to hit Nikita up, hit her up at Facebook at Nikita Boo, Nikita Hightower, and Nikita Boo 33 on the IG. Because she is the co-host. And here on the lovely people at TikTok, if you want to catch us, we are on Facebook right now, live on my profile at Dominique McKinney Ill, or on our fan page at the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, as it is spelled out, or you can catch us on YouTube at Dominique McKinney. So, I'm going to give my portion of the answer as far as, is it real?
I'm still here.
Okay. I do believe that the First Amendment is real, but only, as you said, when it applies to certain people. I think it was written just to add balance to what was being written originally, but I don't think what it was originally written for or what it was intended for is being applied now. It's always been an undertone about it. You know, even to the fact while I watch YouTube videos about police officers in their feelings. You know, people are calling them out of their names, and then their police officers get in their feelings and want to make up things to arrest them. Well, you're not supposed to police on your feelings. You know, you're not supposed to ask for somebody's ID because they called you out of your name or disrespected you. That is a part of the job. That's just my opinion. So, I think it is real, but again, it's real based on conditions, you know, because there was a guy on YouTube a couple years ago, and the title of his whole video was, I don't answer questions. And he would purposely do things, get pulled over by the police, show his information. Every time they answer something, I don't answer questions. You know. And he was following the law, you know, because technically you don't have to roll down your window.
Was he white or black?
He was white. He was white. And only this white dude could get away with this. And he had did it in multiple states. He would just, I don't answer questions. Here you go. Step out your car. I don't answer questions. And we've all seen those videos where cops act in their feelings because somebody says something to them. It was a video that was just released. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Richie's Indisputable. You're a huge fan. Some things that he said that I didn't disagree with, but overall I really love he reports the truth. It was a guy walking down the street, older white dude. He had, the blind people came that flip out. What color is it?
It's white.
White and red, right? It's all white with the tip. He had it folded up in his black back pocket, walking down the street. The cop stops him, the female cop said, what's that in your back pocket? He said, it's a navigational stick. What do you think? Pulls it out. She said, well, I think it's a gun. And proceeded to question him. Her supervisor, the sergeant, came up. They got mad because he didn't want to give her his ID. He's like, I ain't committed no crime. So they turned around and arrested him, and the sergeant was like, well, just make up something like disorderly conduct.
Oh, wow.
He's legally blind. He got the stick in his back pocket. You can clear as day see the stick in his back pocket. So for me, the First Amendment, it is real on paper. It is real with conditions. The next part about who it affects.
Hold on, let me say this. I'm going to say this again. Kansas City, I don't know where y'all get these roads from. But y'all got some honest listeners. Some of these guys waiting for me over.
You the only one that wait. They doing the high speed chase. I'm gonna join the chase.
I do like this. I'm still some chip.
I'm still.
Quick trip out for 350. It's a cop now. I just be like, oh, what can I steal
Just to get it, just walk up and just grab his balls. That's what you need to do. Just walk up and grab his balls.
It's some cops in that boy. When I tell you, listen, it's some cops. I just like, you can just come on.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something gonna make you laugh. I had this lady at my job. I've been in the office. I had to go back to the office for a couple of months for some training. Right? This is an old lady named Alice. Alice got to be in her 60s or 70s. Older white lady. Alice keep on sexually harassing me. Alice walked up to me and said, yeah, you sure got a tight one back there. I said, Alice, do you mind? She said, I brought salad today. You want to join me for lunch? Alice, why is she bringing me salad? She said, to help you keep maintaining. It pulls water. Get that water out your system. Keep things tight. I'm like, Alice, Alice is a trip. Now she don't look bad for the white lady, no. If I look bit old, I could give Alice a time of day, but Alice be on one. Look, one day I'm a flash. Alice, whoo, here you go, Alice. Alice gonna fuck around have a heart attack. Alright, anyway, let's get back to the subject on hand. Alright, so we talked about, is the First Amendment real? Okay, who does it affect? I put who it affects, but who does the First Amendment affect? Now remember, the First Amendment is being able to have freedom of speech and assembly to where no government, state, local, or federal entity can tell you that you cannot say things. Basically, you can say whatever you want to say. We're not talking about private. We're talking about government. So who does it affect?
The rich and the white. Because you literally just watch why you were bombarded. A lot of them was freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? The rich.
Oh, you talking about the insurrection?
Yes.
See, you know what? No niggas in the insurrection.
Huh?
You want to know why there wasn't no niggas in the insurrection?
Because we've been killed a long time ago.
Well, we'd have been killed until we was high. We was like, insurrection? Shit, I'm going to put them motherfuckers on my car, man. We thought it was some damn rims. Because we was so high. And plus, we not about to be storming no motherfucking place. Fuck we got to be at the White House for? We don't even like living in the White House.
It's not for us. Yeah, the First Amendment is protecting a lot of people in the government, protecting a lot of people who are rich. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be for everybody, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
So you would say like the 1%ers, the top elite, people that are, in my opinion, it's not even just them. I really think it has to do with your economical status, has to do with the color of your skin. It also has to do with your position of where you at. Because for like law enforcement, it applies to them. It affects them because they can say pretty much do whatever they want to because they have a badge on. And they'll say, well, it's the freedom of speech. But if I turn around and say, go fuck you and your mama, now you're going to get me for disorderly conduct.
And if I say I want to catch me up, handcuffs on, you're going to call it harassment. But I'm going to
Right. You're going to happily tell the judge, look, Your Honor, I really did want to fuck him. Yeah. I tried to tell him. He didn't want to listen.
He didn't want to listen.
Lord Jesus. Okay, so who does it apply to? Not who it affects, but who does it apply to?
I don't. It's supposed to apply to everybody, but it's not.
Right. It's supposed to apply to everybody, but this is who it applies to. Those that know how to use it. Because it's not just all white people. There's some black people that know how to use it, but they don't use it correctly. Now, those that do know how to use it and have the law behind them, that's when cops start acting in their feelings and stuff. I feel like the same power that they have, we need to have as well. That's where your education comes into the factor, of knowing how to use these laws. Now, you also have to have common sense in there as well. And know when to use it, how to apply it, basically. I'm not going to put myself at risk or danger, in doing it. It's not worth it. As much as I don't like complying to the rules, right? If it's going to prevent me from going home safely, sometimes it is, you got to learn to live the fight another day. I'm a firm believer when I play dominoes. There's an old saying in dominoes, all money ain't good money. You have to learn how to pick and choose your battles, learn how it affects you, learn who it applies to. You see what I'm saying? Who can use it, who can't use it.
I mean, but I think in general, everybody has a freedom to say what they want. The only time that we really allow is the First Amendment is you're offending a group of, when you're offending or hurting people by the words that come out. Typically, no one has to worry about the First Amendment because typically when you're talking, you just doing you. When you're around friends like that, it comes out when you're affecting large people. So because I've seen some people who say the truth, I'm saying, but what keeps freaking counselors because they know how to say it and know the rules and regulations. I'm saying, as much as you get mad at what comes out of my mouth, I may be offended a group of people. And there's into the laws that protect. So I think like sort of applying people is only when you offend a certain people like Kanye West. He offended a large people. So that's when the First Amendment applies to him. He's covered, but you also got to realize who you offended. So most people we really on a daily basis, none of us really say we'll really put up. That's my First Amendment. We're just living life. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here to about a subject or fighting for my rights, and that's when it come into effect. And most of the time we don't really, we really don't see it unless like even with Nick. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was covered. He lost every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you know that you lost a lot of people off, make sure you ask yourself, is it worth it? If I get canceled, do I have enough drive? Say I'd be able to survive financially, physically, like will I be okay if things taken away from me? That's what I'm saying about Kanye. If you're such a genius, when they took you down from being a billionaire, just you still got billion. If you were such a genius, you would have been like, that was going to happen. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just ask yourself that question: Is it worth saying this? Will I be okay? You know what I'm saying? And am I going to stand on what I said? Because at the end of the day, it's got to be like I said what I said.
Right.
But that's
I still think that it for me, even though they offend others, the way that I see it is, regardless if it offends others, you still have that right to say it. I may not agree, or the majority may not agree with what you're saying, but the way that the law is written, even if this wasn't in the law, just you being a human being, nobody can tell me what I can and can't say. Period. If it offends the masses, oh well. Jesus offended the masses. He offended a lot of people. Even though we see it as a good thing, they may not. You know what I'm saying? For me, I take it as you can say whatever you want to say. I don't give a shit.
But even with that, there are some people in different races. There are some people who are powerful. No matter what you say that you come by the First Amendment, if you piss off the wrong people, you're gonna come up this.
Right.
Council. So today, you can, but you also gotta think. What are the consequences? What are the potential consequences? Like what's saying that people who've been there for years, and they family members there are not fucked with. So as much as you say, I'm saying, yeah, you can say it's freedom of speech, but at the end of the day, you gotta realize it's worth it.
Right, and that's the drawback to it is, like you said, even though I may say it might don't give a shit, it's how it affects others. I think honestly, and again, I'm not a Kanye West fan at all, but I just think the way he values life and the way we value life and everything that comes with it is two totally separate things. And I think he knew that there was a good chance that Adidas could drop him. And he pushed the envelope. Like you said, he said it twice. He came up on the microphone to make sure that that's a deliberate action. But yet again, he may not be a billionaire, but he's still a millionaire. The man still got money. He's gonna always be rich. He's gonna always have money. If don't nobody ever buy another Kanye West album, he's still gonna make it.
But it was see, I don't feel like what he said was worth it, because if you get up to billionaire status, and for what you said, it's like to me, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a billionaire, I'm gonna go sit down and shut up.
So let me ask you a question. What's the difference between being a billionaire and being a millionaire?
I think a billionaire puts you in places that a lot of people can't get in. You know what I'm saying? Like you can possibly get in there, because a lot of times it's not about what you know. But to me, my personal opinion is billionaire puts you in a different category. Get you around that none of us think. Couldn't even talk. So that's why I said, like, you're a billionaire. If I was him, I would have made it where after I said this, I'm still going to be a billionaire. I would have made it where even what I said, I'm not going to change any money. You know what I'm saying? To me,
I think
money, but it's not a billion, because with that amount of money, you take care of your generation after generation. You know what I'm saying? You can possibly do with millions, but it's like at what cost?
Okay, I think for me, this is how I see it. And I talk to some millionaires. I know some millionaires. Know them personally, have hung out with them. And they've all pretty much said the same thing. When you reach that level of financial freedom and getting money, that next level is it's actually more worry with that next level. When you become and I can only imagine just being a multi-millionaire, and the problems, just imagine the problems that you'll have being a millionaire. That doubles, triples being a billionaire, because now there's more responsibility. It requires more of your time, more decisions that you have to make. Most millionaires, and I heard this from Steve Harvey, he said they don't sleep 8 hours a day. They sleep maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, because they worried about trying to maintain that status. And I think for Kanye West, he didn't give a shit about being a billionaire. But yeah, there are some places that billionaires just go. But you can do, for me, it's the same thing as being a millionaire. I can still get to those places. May cost me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to meet some tech giants. That was Silicon Valley at one time doing security. And I just talked to them and just wanted to pick their brain. And they was like, half of them didn't even know that they were millionaires. But they were so focused on their business and on their product and trying to create whatever they was creating. One guy, I had an opportunity to talk to this one guy. He was a foreigner. He was a bartender at night. He worked at a Church's Chicken during the day. But on the weekend, he had started doing real estate. Saved up and scraped his money, bought a little building. It was like a fourplex, right? Fixed it up, turned it into an Airbnb. And over the next course of 10 years, he just started buying properties, right? Him and his wife lived in the back of somebody's house in a room. But he was so focused on his business that he said when he finally stopped to take a vacation, His accountant told him, dude, you can go anywhere you want to. And was showing him, how much money he had. Because he was so focused on the prize. He didn't value money like that. Swiss Beats, we know Swiss Beats is one of the dopest producers out there, right? He said for the first 3 years of him doing music, he didn't even know he had money. He just knew that he was doing these beats. He was catching the train every day back and forth to where he was staying at to his studio, pumping out these hits. He said he would get these checks. He wasn't paying no attention. He didn't even think the checks was real and was putting them in his Bible. Till he was late for a meeting one day or late for something, and the lady at the record label was like, you got all this money, why you ain't got no car? And he was like, well, what money are you talking about? She said, for the last 3 years, I've been sending you checks. And he finally looked at it. He said he had $780,000 worth of checks that he didn't cash.
Shit, I'm never gonna get money. I'm never gonna get cash.
You know what? I agree with you.
I can't like the way my mind is set up. Yeah, I can be busy, but I'm gonna make time to go cash check. I'm gonna make sure I invest. I'm gonna make sure my money is right. There's no way in the world I'm gonna have all that money and I know. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'll be using that money to help my family, for my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I will also take time out for myself. Other people can do that. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
And I can honestly say I've been there, even just not as a millionaire status, but working. I remember what was a couple years ago, like when we used to work together, right? I was so focused on my 9-to-5 job, and then from Thursday to Sunday, I was working my 9-to-5 and doing security, right? And I was trying to build my business up, and I did not realize how much money that I was making. I knew that I had money. I knew I was putting money away. Hell, I knew I was even wasting money. So one day my tax guy, who's my accountant now, asked me to sit down and do a spreadsheet about what I spend and how much I bring in, right? Do you know I was making... I was literally making almost as much money from Thursday to Sunday that I was doing my 9-to-5 job. I was putting in that many hours doing security to where the money I was making doing security was supposed to supplement my income, but in turn I was just paying all my bills with that and still had some left over. And then I would just take regular check and just put it up. And then when I finally realized, when I started doing that, I realized, man, I got a nice chunk. I didn't even realize it because you be so focused on, it's there, but you don't really know it's there. You know it's there just as a backup plan. You're saving money, your bills is paid, you get in that routine of doing things. And I think even with Kanye West, again, I don't like him. I think he's a piece of shit. But for him, I think he's so in his mind is so conditioned to do what he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worried about that money. Because I guarantee you, like I said, that money that he lost, them people with Make America Great, they're going to supplement that. He ain't no dummy. I don't think he dumb. I do think he makes some bad decision choices or some choices that I would not make. But he know exactly what he was doing. I think he wanted to get out from under them for a reason. I think the reason is because now it allows him to really move around and be free and do what he wants to do with this new venture with all these rich white people. He couldn't do that with Adidas because Adidas had him on contract. So did he sacrifice? Yeah. But I guarantee he going to make it up on the back end. That's what I honestly believe.
That's his fault because you should have, with all the money that you had, you should have had a people lawyer to break down your contract line by line so you knew what the hell you signed into. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you should have put them more in his business. It's like you do all that, and I think, at the end of the day, it's just like we putting him we're putting him out that he knows. I think he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're making all this money, but you're also putting your race back. You're hurting your race. All worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like you went White Lives Matter, make America great again. It's like you're because remember you said where the guys off freeway hanging signs like we agree with Kanye and against the Jews. It's like all the what he's doing is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like I can see it like doing all this about to be true. Okay, I can possibly see like you can't hit, but is it worth? You know, you're spreading hate, hurting people.
You know what? For us,
it doesn't. To me, there's nothing anybody can say or why. You're hurting people. It's not worth it. You know,
and I agree with you. It's hateful. It shouldn't happen. You know, for the simple fact, he's smarter than that. I also think that, you know, how would his mom feel?
Yeah.
You know, his mom was a black educator. If I'm not mistaken, she was the first, or she was something important to whatever college because she got her PhD in education and had a high position at a college. You know, I don't know if she was the first black something or whatever, but I know it was significant.
And his mom also used to. They said as a kid she would sit and do those protests where they would like sit counters.
Right. Yeah, sit-ins and stuff.
Yeah. His grandfather, her dad, she's still alive. But his family, her part of it. I think he may have been in the Black Panthers. But yeah, he comes from a line of family that have fought for injustice.
Absolutely.
Like I don't understand why there's no explanation to what he's doing. But at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with me. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I don't trust because there's so much stuff going on in the world. So me doing this shit. I'm just like y'all gonna all answer. You know what I'm saying? You all gonna answer. So.
Well, regardless of what it is, we have our opinions. Kanye, we really want you to. I want you in the same boat as Candace Owens, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I can't stand Candace Owens. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Both of them, the things that they're doing are very calculated, and they're on purpose in both the situations. But it's not for me to judge. It is what it is. We're going to get out of here. We thank everybody, even TikTok. Thank you. This is my first time live streaming on TikTok, for coming on here for the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast. We are going to get out of here real quickly. Nikita, give me one final thought before we get up out of here. And I'm going to give my final thought.
Just don't forget to take time off yourself. No matter how busy, take time off yourself.
Absolutely. My final thought is the holidays are coming up. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving is coming up. Take some time out to think about somebody else. If you can, bless somebody else. You'd be surprised at what people may appreciate what you do. It doesn't always have to be a grand gesture of doing things. Sometimes it could be a phone call. Sometimes it could be a letter, a text message. It could be you going up to the cop on 350 and letting them know. Yeah. Just letting him know that. Who knows? He might arrest you. That's just all I'm saying.
Oh, and my baby's birthday is this month. Yay!
Which one? You got a couple of them. You got the cats. You got
my baby.
The store. Oh, going to the store.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him I said happy birthday. We will make sure Drinks make a special drink for him that he don't believe he fucked up, but we all know he was fucked up. You know that's bad. Okay, y'all, short story real quickly. I ain't gonna say no names, but you ever get that one person who you hang out with that just think that don't nothing bother them? Then they get introduced to something. We all watching them. They fucked up. I ain't fucked up. Then the next situation come back again and they late for work. And old people ain't get their biscuits the next morning because he forgot to go to work. That's just all I'm saying. It was liquor. So I feel like we should have an event and we all sit back and just watch him drink. And just record it. You ain't fucked up? We're going to follow. It's going to be a reality show. Follow him home. We want to watch him work the next day. And see if he survived. If he survived, kudos. If he don't, we will have blackmail evidence. That's just all.
I'll make sure you good.
That's just nasty. We ain't gonna do that no more. But we are watching the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, where the subject and the model of our show is we talk about the things that don't nobody else want to talk about. You can find us on our fan page at the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast on Facebook. If you can always catch me on YouTube at Dominique McKinney. You can catch me on Snapchat at Dominique29. If you want to be a blessing to the show or this period and help us out, at Nico42 with the $. I'm on TikTok and I'm on TikTok live right now. Dominique41. Check me out. Y'all love y'all. Peace. Get ready to get out of here on TikTok. Also, I am on IG at Dominique29. And then we also have Nikita Boo as well. All of her information is here. Kita Boo on Facebook, Kita Hightower, IG at Kita Boo 33. If you got any comments or anything about the show, let me know. You can always inbox us at First Amendment Podcast at gmail.com. Whew, I'm done. TikTok, love y'all, gotta go. I gotta get another phone. All right, y'all, we're about to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning into the First Amendment Let's Talk Tuesday podcast. Again, where our model is we talk about the things that don't nobody else want to talk about. Ain't no subject taboo. And from my house to your house, be safe. The weather's about to get bad. Woo-hoo, yes, snow. Be snowed in. I already got my meat situation get up. So, we out of here, Nikita. Tell everybody goodbye. You love them. And if y'all don't see Nikita next time, that's because she's going to the store. I'm so happy. Just real quickly, I'm happy for my friend. I've watched her grow. I've watched her struggle. I've watched her go through some things. Her biggest thing is mental health. I'm happy to see her in a great place right now. So I'm so happy that you're in a happy relationship. A lot of people are not happy in their relationship. Some people are just content, but you're happy. For me, as your friend, that makes me happy. Although nobody goes to the store that goddamn much. Nobody.
Have you seen my baby?
Listen. Nobody goes to the store and missed the birthday song, but nobody goes to the goddamn store that much. But no, I'm truly happy for you. I'm glad to see you smile. I hope everybody, wintertime is coming up, get you something to cuddle up with. I'm just saying. Act like it's the pandemic again. All right, y'all, we're about to get out of here. From my house to your house, as we always say, peace.